Hi, I'm Luke. Today on Out of Darts, I've got my buddy Eli here. He is legendary in the hobby for some really insane mods. You may have seen Impulse a while back when I was down in San Diego. I got to check out that AEG blaster, and he's back with Inertia. Without further ado, show us Inertia. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so a lot of these things might look pretty familiar actually. A couple of these parts are actually pretty similar. These two, the magwell in particular. Inertia is basically me taking Impulse and then wanting it to be about 2 times lighter and way smaller than it was at the time. I actually ran Impulse at FPT last year competitively, and we placed well, but you know, always searching for the next level, always searching for betterment. Went through quite a bit of testing after it was designed and actually took it to Maryland Foam Tournament where we took 2nd place. So I'd say that's an improvement. Inertia has a lot of the same features that Impulse did. So it has the same bolt here that you pull back. And then it locks actually because it's empty right now. And then it releases the same way, that handle folds back. And then you can dry fire it like the Impulse did. So the screen is pretty similar to Impulse. It has the ammo counter on the middle there. It has voltage, so you know when to stop using it. It'll also protect itself if it gets too low. And you get the fire modes on the bottom right there. So, right now it's bolt action, then semi-auto, then full auto. You can also select different modes for each of your different selections. So you can start with bolt action and semi and full, like I am currently. And you can also do safe, semi-full, whatever combination you desire. Semi-full if you really wanted to. 3-round burst, all that. There are also various functions for the bolt release. And so you can disable the bolt hold if you want to, which means that it won't hold on the last round or an empty mag. And you can also enable auto drop, which means that it'll hold back, and once you put in a fresh mag, it'll automatically release the bolt and go forward. You don't actually have to press the button or rack it again. Inertia currently hits around 260 maximum, and because it's meant for our club, it hits 220 normally on a K25, and it's shot all the way down to 150 before. That was the 11th hour cap. And it can actually do lower than that, but at that point, really, accuracy and weight-wise, it doesn't actually make sense to take an AEB over a flywheel anymore.
So the first thing you notice when you pick this up is that it is still really beefy. I mean, this is, how many pounds is this?
It's 5.5 pounds.
5 pounds. And how much weight reduction is that?
That's almost half.
Almost half. That's about what I remember.
Impulse was 8.5 pounds or something like that.
Tell us about the materials that are here. Obviously, I see this looks like printed plastic, printed plastic. What am I looking at here and here?
So this blaster has a combination of all different manufacturing methods. The gray parts here are all SLS off of a Formlabs fuse. That's basically a powder bed of nylon that gets melted with a laser. The bottom here is CNC. That's similar to Impulse. It's the same mechanism essentially, so the bottom needs to be CNC'd aluminum in order to hold up to that kind of stress. The rest of the parts are actually printed on an FDM printer. They don't need to be super high strength, and it's nice to be able to put different colors on those particular parts. The only odd one out is the magwell print that has to be nylon glass fiber, FDM printed, just so it can withstand the hits from the plunger.
Wow. Yeah, and it's got a very, very nice feel to it. It is way more compact and much more manageable. Yes. I can't even imagine carrying your last blaster all day long. This definitely seems a little more reasonable.
Impulse is about 1.5 times longer, so it would have come up to about here, and obviously been 8.5 pounds instead of 5.5 or so pounds.
Now Eli is a fanatical nerfer. He always is coming up with, I would say, industry or hobby leading designs. I can't say there's anybody else going this deep into AEGs right now. We've got a couple other tricks up this blaster sleeve too. This is also your scar.
Yeah, so if you guys were vigilant, you would have seen the Andromeda scar that was on the last blaster, the Impulse. This is actually Gen 4 of that scar or B-car system. It has a different progressive twist. It has actually quick release shrouds that you can put on. It has a quick release system for clamping onto the barrel. So you can actually quick release the core of the B-car from the base, so you can actually put a strung version of this. Oh. Details maybe coming soon. And put on a different core for different FPSs and such. Wow, I suck. Hold on.
Keep that in there.
Hey, yo.
Well, that's TPU.
Yes, that's the TPU back.
Could you have any more different materials on this one blaster?
Yeah, so this thing has like, well, let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular nylon there. Steel, 10. I don't know.
That's a lot of different materials.
Can't count. Similar to Impulse, you can actually still do quick spring changes on the back here. I'm gonna learn from my past video and not let it fly across the room. Like that. Just put a new one.
Nice.
No flying springs this time. You can actually see where the solenoid power system is right there. It's actually a boost circuit plus everything. In fact, that's actually the same boost circuit that's part of the Momentum mainboard. The blaster has a similar takedown system to Impulse. So you take this pin out, you take the bottom pin out here, and the whole blaster just splits in two.
Wow. Oh, nice little
Take off the
XT60 in the middle.
XT60 for the power connection. And you actually can service all the O-rings, that one there, and the inside of the plunger tube there. And once you're done servicing the blaster, you can just put it back together with this XT60 here. And then this just goes in like that. That's it.
Wow, neat. And so you have a data connection there in the middle too.
Yep. A data connection on one
slides right
side.
together. Very cool.
Power connection on the other. That's it. Do a battle in the warehouse. Luke versus me.
Luke versus me.
Momentum versus.
Do I go as long as I get momentum.
I will probably lose, actually.
You might, just because I'm gonna dump half a mag on you every time I see you. There was one of those games at the Airsoft Arena. Eli comes around the corner, and we were on the same team.
Yeah.
We were on the same team, but I like peeked my head around the corner, and bam, you are exceptionally fast at reacting with this blaster. It's like firing a Springer at the end of the day because it's primed and ready to go. So the response time, you don't have that rev up like you do with a flywheel. Too bad I was on his team though.
That is unfortunate.
But it was good, it was impressive. Let's fire it.
I have 3 mags, I have a blaster, and I'm not gonna show you any firing footage. So in bolt action mode, it's a bolt action, you can see it on both sides. You pull back like a normal Springer, and it primes. You shoot it. You notice that it doesn't actually cycle. So you can use it like a Springer if you wanted to. Or you can go into semi-auto and have it do it. And obviously full auto. This is a lighter spring coda, so it's going to be a little bit less of a DPS, but still, you can see the point. And to deprime, you can just put it back into bolt action and pull the trigger.
We're gonna go have a little warehouse battle, and you'll see that footage now.
We going? Yeah. Sure. Marco. Ah. Where were you?
2 aisles over.
Where was this guy? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Did I not hit you?
No, I didn't.
Damn. We had the
If you
same
hit me,
idea.
it was a blaster hit.
Well, you won, but we're gonna do another one.
We can go to more.
I got hit. Ah, yes, finally.
You got me that time.
I gotta think about my strategy here. 3, 2, 1, go. Not a chance. Not a chance. Whoa, that was close. Did I hit you at all?
Though they were, that makes it's gonna make for good footage because they were very, very close.
Damn it. 3, 2, 1, go. Almost, almost. Come here, come here. Two can play this waiting game. Nope.
You got me.
You got me after that, I think.
I am blown away by the performance, the accuracy, and the craftsmanship and engineering that went into making this blaster. I love all of your work. It's really a pleasure to see all of your tireless efforts. I cannot even imagine how many hours went into this, and I'm sure you don't even want to add them up.
No, it's a lot.
But thank you for bringing this by. If you have any questions about the blaster, leave them down in the comments, and we'll try to do our best to get you those answers. Until next time, thank you, Eli, and I'm out of darts.
That's a lie!